The Pacific Ocean, about 350 kilometers southwest of Guam Island, hides the deepest point on our planet. This mysterious spot is famously known as the Mariana Trench, a place that has baffled scientists, terrified sailors. It is like a giant scar, a dark bank carved into the Earth's crust, stretching in silence under the waves.
The trench itself is not just a dent in the ocean floor, it is a massive curve-like wound, 2,550 kilometers long and nearly 69 kilometers wide, almost like a bottomless valley. At its deepest point lies the infamous Challenger Deep, plunging nearly 11,000 meters below sea level, the farthest mankind has ever measured. To imagine this better, if you were to take Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth, and place it upside down into the trench, the peak would still be buried under almost 2 kilometers of water. That is how impossibly deep this abyss is. Between 1872 and 1876, a British ship named HMS Challenger was sent on a daring expedition to map and measure the oceans. On board, explorers relied on ropes and weights, old but clever tools of their time. A 1-kilometer-long rope was tied to a heavy lead weight and dropped into the ocean near the Mariana Islands. Yet something strange, something haunting, occurred. The rope sank entirely, but the seabed never appeared. They added another kilometer, then another, as if throwing endless banks of rope into the hungry darkness. Kilometer after kilometer vanished into the abyss, swallowed by the unknown. Finally, after 11 kilometers of rope, the weight struck the bottom. It was a discovery so shocking that it changed ocean science forever. Humanity had found the deepest trench on Earth. But what makes this trench terrifying is not just its depth. Down here, light has no meaning, for sunlight never reaches these haunted waters. Instead, there is eternal night, a blackness thicker than ink. Food is scarce, only drifting down in scraps from the surface world above. The pressure here is monstrous, over 1,000 times greater than what we feel on land, like a mountain of iron crushing down on every inch of your body. Some scientists say it's equal to the weight of an entire bank of elephants standing on a single person. And yet, against all odds, life has managed to carve out its existence here, clinging to survival in ways that seem more alien than earthly. One of the first nightmares spotted was the Anglerfish, a monster often nicknamed the Sea Devil. With a body that can grow up to 4 feet long and weighing around 30 kilograms, it is as frightening as it is fascinating. On its head dangles a glowing rod, like a lantern in the darkness, which it controls at will, turning it on to lure prey, then off to vanish. In the dark silence of the trench, the anglerfish is like a hunter with a trick light, waiting patiently until another fish drifts close, then swallowing it whole in a single strike. Crawling along the seabed is the giant Amphipod, a strange creature almost as long as a human arm and weighing up to 2.5 kilograms. Though not dangerous to humans, it thrives where nearly nothing else dares to live. Its armored body allows it to creep across the mud and sand, searching for scraps of food like a ghost scavenger in the endless dark. In 2016, explorers discovered the bioluminescent jellyfish at depths of more than 3 kilometers. This otherworldly being glows with yellow and red lights inside its translucent body, each organ performing vital functions like digestion and reproduction. Its glowing banks of organs make it seem like a drifting lantern, both mesmerizing and deadly. Perhaps even older and stranger is the predatory polychaete worm, sometimes called the ambush worm. This creature has existed for over 550 million years, long before humans ever walked the earth. It hides beneath the sand, waiting motionless, and when prey passes by, it bursts out with terrifying speed, dragging its victim into the darkness. Scientists have discovered that it can even shut down its brain to survive for long periods, like a living fossil that refuses to die. Another deep-sea resident is the Grenadier fish, growing up to 7 feet long. With its insect-like eyes and foul-smelling defense mechanism, it has roamed the seabed for up to 70 years at a time. Some scientists believe these fish have memory banks that stretch across decades, wandering the trench like old travelers in the dark. Then comes the abyssal ghost shark, razor-sharp and ghostly in appearance. Around 4 feet long, it looks more like a prehistoric monster than a modern fish, its skeletal body and shadowy form drifting through the deep as if it never belonged to this time at all. Even more terrifying is the viperfish, with its long, needle-like fangs so sharp they cannot fit inside its mouth. Instead, they curve back toward its eyes. It can live for 40 years in complete darkness, striking at prey with sudden bursts of speed, its body flashing with bioluminescent signals like secret codes in the night. But perhaps the most astonishing of all is the snailfish. Small, fragile-looking, and only about 12 inches long, it seems harmless. And yet, it is the only known creature that survives at the very bottom of the Mariana Trench. Despite its jelly-like body, it withstands a pressure so extreme it is compared to the weight of a Boeing 777 jet pressing down on it. The snailfish is a miracle of survival, thriving in silence where almost nothing else can exist, proof that life always finds a way. And yet, even with all these discoveries, scientists remind us that we have explored less than 5% of the world's oceans. That means 95% remains untouched, unseen, and unknown.